Hello, and send me more requests, please. At this point, I'm running quite low for this channel, anyway. Don't miss the ragening on the Honey Badger channel. I've experimented with 1 against 2 and 1 against 3, so I thought I'd experiment with 2 against 1 as well. And it goes on the Honey Badger channel because the Honey Badger found it. When the cat drags a dead bird into the house, you don't go to the other room to eat it. Even the cat knows how rude that is. You eat it together. So yeah, in case you're really not paying attention, there is an annotation in this window, and you can click that annotation. And another one here to the Dr. Random account versus the World playlist, which includes all of the things, the request typey things. That playlist is the most viewed thing on my channel. I just sort of weird how that works. I haven't finished with ragening by any means. In fact, the badger just brought in a half-dead emu that's very angry about being decapitated. So I stepped outside for a smoke, and while I was perambulating, I looked in Xerxes' window. Xerxes, a one-man sort of autonomous request factory. I don't know where he finds these people or how, but I do know why. So thanks for the de facto request. It's this young lady.
I'm ALB, and I am a do-nothing bitch.
Hi, I'm an HRA. Yes, in a just world, or at least a world on its way to becoming just, HRA might stand for Human Rights Advocate rather than Human Resources Administrator. Perhaps I'll go with Heretical Rhetorical Artist. I like to drive people. Not just to do things with their lives, but to do something different. Because in my experience, whether you're an adult or a child or a small yappy dog, if your every whim is catered for by others and you are given no boundaries at all, you will very probably become an unhappy and unbearable nightmare for everyone around you, including yourself. In short, if people do things for you, then you are done for. Pleased to meet you, do-nothing bitch. What the fuck is that?
No matter what field they excel in, we are still measuring women's merit based on their beauty.
Well, you probably shouldn't do that. I'm strawmanning you, aren't I? Because that's not what you're saying. You're not saying you're responsible for this. You're saying everyone else is. That's why I strawmanned your argument. Because I was showing that even straw is a better man-building material than the talcum powder snow angel that you call a man. You cannot tell any other person or any other group of people that they are responsible for female beauty standards when your uploaded videos page looks like this. Yeah, and the corresponding pages in your related channels look like this too. Are you noticing the theme? I don't like to judge people on their appearances, but at the same time I do notice patterns. And I'm seeing a lot of neon silver hair and a lot of layer cakes of makeup and a lot of videos on how to apply and achieve these things. This is why I called the video Candy Clown Car. Normally the title is the last thing I come up with, but this time it was the first thing I thought of when I saw this smorgasbord of painted elven royalty. This one I find particularly disturbing. I imagine a lot of people in the beauty industry have that mindset. None of this is our fault. We're just supplying a service. The patriarchy tells women they need to be beautiful, and so we make commercials telling women they need to be beautiful. That's how it works. You cause a problem and blame it on an unfalsifiable phantasm. God said you would die, and then I killed you, so God was right. Oh! It's circular and self-fulfilling, and if you remove the imaginary Sky Daddy from the equation, then the whole house of cards falls down. Because then you'd have to face the embarrassingly obvious truth that you and your kind are very blatantly causing this problem. And you have been causing this problem since time immemorial, and blaming it all on an imaginary demon every step of the way. Take young boys all over America are head fucked on Ritalin and God knows what else. Ask the nice people in Big Pharma if they feel at all responsible for this. And they might well say it's not our fault. We're just providing a service to fix the problem of toxic masculinity by feeding toxins to males. And as a presumably amateur beautician, my dear, I think you are to the beauty industry what a trailer park full of meth is to Big Pharma. You're not supposed to like each other, and yet you both cause damage from which the other profits. You are antithetical in principle, but codependent in practice.
So, just to catch everybody up, we're measuring women's merit based on their beauty.
You are, yes. And the reason I can tell is because you don't appear to know the difference between what you said there and what you've got written down there. Hot is not just beauty, my dear. One could argue that it's not even beauty. I think most, if not many, men and women understand what I mean. When I say you might see a single picture of someone and be able to say that they are beautiful, but you won't necessarily know how hot they are until you've seen how they walk, how they talk, how they hold themselves. Beauty is static, but grace is animated. Hot is four-dimensional, if you're inclined to think that way. When someone says to you, my dear, be hot, I'm sure your reaction is to look beautiful, but another woman's reaction might be to cook a steak. And she's already way hotter than you. And another woman's reaction might be, fuck off, I'm not going to be hot for you. I have a steak to cook. And that will break the fucking thermometer.
Ronda Rousey.
Excellent example.
I have this one term for the kind of woman that my mother raised me not to be. I call it a do-nothing bitch. I call it a D&B a lot of the time. The kind of chick that just tries to be pretty and be taken care of by somebody else. That's why I think it's hilarious if people say that my body looks masculine or something like that. Listen, just because my body was developed for a purpose other than fucking millionaires doesn't mean it's masculine. I think it's femininely badass as fuck, because there's not a single muscle in my body that isn't for a purpose. Because I'm not a do-nothing bitch. I'm not a do-nothing bitch.
Please go full Miss Piggy on Ronda Rousey. I've never paid for like pay-per-view TV or for real-life violence, but I would pay handsomely to see that happen just once. What's it like knowing that I fantasize sexually about you being physically dominated and destroyed by your own kind? And have you really examined what it's like to be a man?
This quote resonated with a lot of women.
Yes, including housewives. By do nothing bitch, I don't think she's talking about housewives. Just like when we say deadbeats and basement dwellers, we're not talking about house husbands. People who raise children and maintain domiciles are certainly not doing nothing. And I don't think she's talking about, slackers. Women who just play video games and stuff. They do exist. You just don't hear about them because they don't fit anyone's narrative. And I don't even think she's talking about women who literally do nothing because they're in a coma or something. I think she's talking about women who think they're doing something, but all they're doing is actually being. They're being, like, really, really hard. They're being as passionately as they could be, but they're not actually doing a fucking thing. I think turning something else pink counts as doing something. Look at your room. I mean, I'm expecting Inspector Clouseau to come in and start painting everything blue.
I think it comes from that place of...
You're all young now, aren't you? I keep forgetting. Nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about. You remember the Jewish aardvark? He was blue too. I'm just slicing away whole cross section of the audience now. If you're finding yourself going, what the fuck, yeah, whoosh, leave the room. Jewish aardvark, like, those are just two random words. Yeah, whoosh, leave the room. So there's just three people left going, oh yeah, the old Pink Panther cartoons, I remember. There was a sort of blue and pink motif in the very early ones. And by the way, that character wasn't Inspector Clouseau, it was just a generic character that looked like him. Yeah, but if it looks generically like Peter Sellers, then it looks generically like Inspector Clouseau. Oh, that's true, yeah. Plus, brevity is the soul of wit and all. And you've just spent a paragraph explaining the joke. Do you think you managed to blast out the other side and make the explanation funnier than the joke? No, I don't think so. I was trying to be cute, but I think I'm failing at that too, because I'm explaining that too. I think we're very much floundering in limbo at this point. You stared into the abyss, didn't you? No, you did, didn't you? You stared into the abyss. Maybe I am the abyss. This is why we have a no-turn-twice rule!
And when I say I'm a do-nothing bitch, I mean to say that I do nothing to or about women who make different choices than me.
Except argue with them on the internet. That counts as harassment now. What's that? You're not arguing, you're just providing additional ideas in response to a woman on the internet. That's harassment too. You're taking umbrage with Ronda Rousey, you're about to have a rally with Nicole Arbour, and at one point you even deigned to correct Lady J.K. Rowling. That's at least 3 women you've harassed in one video. That was a hop, and now for a skip.
There's still a lot of pressure on us as women to stay home and have kids and let our partner bring home the bacon.
Look, there's different ways to look at the data, but the big picture here is...
Look, McInnes is a shit stirrer. He is considered absurdly conservative to a comedic degree, even for Fox News. See, that is how deep and how sideways you have to dig to find anyone who's still saying that shit. And him saying that supposedly pervasive, supposedly normalized shit is causing the Fox News contributors sat next to him to have a fucking asthma attack.
This is nature's way of saying women should be at home with the kids. They're happier there.
Yeah, and you're completely ignoring what's on all the other channels, where no one even gets to say these things in the first place because it would give their entire audience an asthma attack. Zers is under the impression that she's being passive-aggressive here. Do you know, I think that might be her version of when we go... that sort of despondent, sort of I got nothing face. That's what her brain looks like when it's empty. So we look like Kakapo, she looks like a kookaburra. I'm going to see how many weird Australasian birds I can name in this video. Liar!
Rhonda even sold t-shirts with the proceeds going to charity that featured the statement, "Don't be a do-nothing bitch."
It's taken me a few thinks to figure out if this slogan is helpful or not. I mean, obviously, don't be a do-nothing is a double negative. And it doesn't need a be in there. It need only read, do something, bitch. And I don't think you should weaponize the word bitch. I think you should own it. So call yourself a do something bitch. D&B stands for drum and bass. Leave it alone. You do not fuck with drum and bass. Because drum and bass will fucking kill you.
I really do enjoy the cajoling of trolls because I get uncomfortable in general when someone needs to put someone else down to reaffirm their own life or their own choices. I really do enjoy the cajoling of trolls, saying, "You need to respect yourself," while making fun of that person seems a little disingenuous to me. I really do enjoy the cajoling of trolls.
Yeah, the usual bullshit. Don't be mean to people. Don't be rude or personal. Don't cajole anyone. Unless I've marked them as a troll, then it's open season. Oh, I see. And how do you define a troll? Anyone who disagrees with you. Yeah.
We as a society have a lot of trouble liking and supporting women unless they are
feminine.
Inherently
feminine.
Fuckable.
All women are inherently fuckable. And all men are... anything with a hole and anything with a shape is inherently fuckable. I mean, society has a hard time accepting men unless they are fuckable and smart and funny and rich and at all times subservient to women, but at the same time dominant of women. But yes, it's a tragedy that women are expected to get over that first hurdle and at least be fuckable. It's quite a burden to have to maintain access to a hole.
That's a problem. That needs to be addressed.
There you have it, folks. Putty everything up. It's the only way.
It is not Rhonda's job in any way to be beautiful or to be desirable.
I don't think she's complained about being seen as undesirable. I think she's fully aware of how desired she is. I think what she's doing is laughing at hyper-feminine traditionalists who think it's an insult to say you look manly. Yeah, I think she's totally hot. I mean, yes, she's much more capable of hurting you than the average woman is, but does that mean she's more likely to hurt you than the average woman is? Fuck no. Unlike the women who've been victim cultivated into thinking of themselves as delicate and helpless flowers, Rhonda understands that even a light punch to the temple can kill a man. That's hot. She knows how to kill you, and so she doesn't. What's truly scary is a specimen of great ape who thinks she's a flower. Because one day she's going to go 7 shades of chimpanzee rage and rip your face off and go, "Oh shit, I thought I was a flower."
She is a fighter. That is her job description.
Yep, and your job description is... I mean, are you actually going with do nothing, bitch? Are you seriously stepping up to the plate as one who speaks for the do nothing bitch community?
But unfortunately, the need to respond to things with, no, look, she is traditionally femininely beautiful, only reinstates the idea that women need to be fuckable.
Feminine is not synonymous with fuckable. I mean, sorry to disappoint you.
The correct answer for those of you playing at home to "she's built like a man" is...
Men are beautiful too? Is that it?
Gender roles are dead! Please go eat a popsicle in the sunshine and think about your own life and how social constructs of gender are continuing to limit you as a person.
I'm just going to go with men are beautiful too. It's quicker. And I'm philosophically capable of saying it.
We need to reject the idea that you need to be feminine to be successful, and we need to reevaluate and be self-critical in the ways in which we perceive masculinity and femininity.
Indeed. See if you can become philosophically capable of saying men are beautiful too. Maybe start with blue can be beautiful too.
Nicole Arbor posted a video that went viral this week that apparently was partially inspired by it.
An Instagram model.
Oh wow, you're doing the clipping for me. Thank you.
Girls who are just trying to be hot and wait for some guy to come along and take care of them.
In this video, Nicole talks in a comedic way about how Instagram models annoy her and need to value themselves or something, and apparently this is impacting all of our lives.
So, comedic, annoyed, socially conscious, saying you should value yourself or something. I think you're trying to sound dismissive but you're describing some very relatable properties. And I don't mean to insult you, but that's already a handful more relatable human properties than you've displayed so far. You appear to be some kind of novelty dessert. A Christmas tree decoration that looks edible but isn't.
You're giving yourself an expiry date.
Last week? No. This is for them. It's for their benefit. It's because they can do better.
See, there we go. Sarcasm. That's a relatable human communication of a relatable human experience. But I should point out that this is also known as...
Making fun of that person?
But as you say...
I really do enjoy the cajoling of trolls.
It's all good, folks. She's just a troll. Cajole away.
You are a free fap factory. No one's gonna pay for it when you do it for free.
Isn't that like a quote from Full House? Or any conservative dad's mouth?
See, I don't know. I don't know if conservative dads have even heard of Instagram. I don't know. I think you're just trying to insult her by calling her a conservative. Even though...
I get uncomfortable in general when someone needs to put someone else down to reaffirm their own life or their own choices.
Unless, of course...
I really do enjoy the cajoling of trolls.
Well, I enjoy cajoling you. But I don't think you're a troll. I think you're a human. By that I mean I disagree with you, but I think your opinions matter. I'm not going to dismiss everything you say as a joke, then call you a mythical monster, and then act like I'm a fluffy little angel who cares about everyone.
And it sucks watching so many people encourage internalized misogyny.
Okay, for the culturally monolingual among us, misogyny is when a man fails to see women as the center of the universe. Internalized misogyny is when a woman fails to see herself or women as the center of the universe. Young lady, you may start to talk to me about internalized gendered hatred when you can successfully say men are beautiful too, rather than the postmodern piss streak of jargon you said in its place.
So, just to catch everybody up, we're measuring women's merit based on their beauty.
Yeah, it's worth doing this clip twice because this is you at your most hilarious.
And then, when they measure their own merit on their beauty, we tell them they're stupid and they need to value themselves more.
Wrong. Completely. It did the wrong way around. People tell you you should be smarter and value yourself. And you respond, no, I'd rather be beautiful. Because you think beautiful is enough to be hot. It's not.
Seems like a double standard to me.
It's not. The thing you're describing is not a double standard, and the way you're describing it is not a double standard either.
What do you think, Ange with glasses?
Yep, it's totally a double standard.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's you having different standards from other people. And wrestling with the idea that other people's standards might be as legitimate as yours. And you pinned this all in place by denying your agency. By pretending that you made your hair look like cotton candy because society told you to.
It's obviously a very complicated and intersectional issue.
Obviously. I mean, is there anything that doesn't qualify as an intersectional matter? That would be an intersectional matter. Drink!
Instead of do nothing bitches, let's use the phrase you do you.
Yes, and if you is something, you go ahead and do the something that is you. But if you is nothing, then go ahead and do nothing like this bitch!
Because what other women do with their lives and bodies is probably none of your business. But unfortunately, I really do enjoy the cajoling of trolls.
What's the difference between trolling and cajoling? They're the same, aren't they? You fucking troll! Goodbye and fuck bright.